Hi everyone, Shannon and Michael here with Healthcare Genius, and today we want to talk with employers about something that we categorize as advocacy care. And what that really is how do you get your employees to maximize the health benefits that you are providing? We all know healthcare can be really confusing. Our insurance is really confusing. We don't always know what doctors we can see, how to pay our bills, where we can go to get things like x-rays and MRIs. And so advocacy care is really designed to help solve some of those problems for your employees and to have a resource. So Michael, why don't you talk to us a little bit more about what advocacy care is, how you get it, why it's important?
Employers spend tremendous amounts of money for benefits for their employees, and yet they're not understood very well by employees. They don't know how to use their plans. The plans are confusing. We see so many times people, especially in Denver and surrounding areas, we have all of these urgent care facilities that have been built, and a lot of them aren't really urgent care, they're ER centers. And so an employee will go there thinking it's urgent care, thinking they might have to pay a copay or some little out of pocket, and all of a sudden they get a bill for $2,000. An advocacy program can really help, where when you have these things come up and you're not sure, you've got somebody you can call. They're there 24/7 for you. They know your plans. I think that's the big thing. They actually have your plans, so they know what's going on and they can guide you through the process.
Right, and you may have excellent HR professionals that can answer all these questions. You may have a great benefits advisor who can answer all these questions, but the 24-hour around-the-clock service is what's really important, and also the privacy aspect, because time and again we see employees who have different health issues and they don't really want to talk to someone they know about them, and so this is an excellent resource as a third party to provide them with the information and the guidance that they need without having to put their personal life out there when they don't really feel comfortable doing that.
Some of the other benefits that are out there, we talk a lot about accident or critical illness insurance or hospital insurance. These advocates can help employees when they have a situation come up actually file claims with the insurance company depending on which plan that particular employee may have.
So it's not really just health insurance, it's all benefits?
It is. Across the board, anything that an employee needs around benefits, these advocates you can call and they'll help you. Now, billing is probably one of the biggest areas, and it's where most of them got their start, because that's what's confusing. Especially if you've been in the hospital and all of a sudden you come home and a couple weeks later the bills start flowing and they have them from all these different doctors. That's confusing. And so these services started with the idea of helping people with their bill pay and figure it out.
And I know personally, I'm sure we all can relate to this, it can be really, really confusing when you receive a bill in the mail. I went to the dermatologist a few weeks ago and I received a bill in the mail and it was way more than I thought. I thought my healthcare plan covered some of it, but we don't always take the time when we don't understand to question things. And the reality is sometimes people make mistakes. You would not believe how many mistakes are made during the billing process. So we'll see a lot of times where people pay more than they should because there was some kind of error, but they didn't really have anybody on their team to go to bat and question and say, I don't think this is actually right. And so that's where a ton of the value is, and we actually see some savings when people are using these just out of billing errors.
Also, we've seen the advocates where a person did go out of network, so it was their error, they went somewhere, but where that advocate negotiated a lower price from that facility that the person had to pay out of pocket. So they can be very helpful. There's another area that we're just starting to see, and that's advocacy around, we would call it long-term care events. So when you have maybe a parent or a grandparent or a spouse that has some sort of a significant health episode that happens, there are actually advocacy programs that will help you with that whole process. They created a portal where you can put all of the information on your parent or grandparent. I actually used it for my mom so that I could talk back and forth between the different doctors that needed to talk to her and to me, really, when she was in a nursing home.
One of the ways that my family has used it is not just to communicate with different doctors, but also to communicate among family members. My husband's grandfather is in his 90s, and my husband's father is one of 5 children. So constantly having to try to communicate different things about his health and about his long-term care among the siblings and the grandchildren, like myself, became really difficult. And so by using this, we use it in app form. You can just go on your phone and have access to all this different information, and it makes it a lot easier and takes that component out of an already difficult subject to be dealing with, and it just really helps. So if you as an employer or an HR professional or an executive are interested in providing some of these benefits to your employees, again, at a reasonable price, feel free to contact us. We have a link in the description below where you can apply to become our client, and we'd love to help you through some of these things. Again, great benefits that everyone should consider, but unfortunately that we're not always all aware of. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out our other videos on healthcare and retirement and how you can help your employees through those things. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Make sure you like our videos and click the bell to be notified when we come out with new content.